Hi there, it's time to look at Bittensor through the Wyckoff lens. If you're new to my sessions, here are the 3 key items I covered during the session. So let's start with the weekly chart of TAO. So last week we looked into this and I said this may or may not be a sign of weakness. Reason being, if it turns out that it's all red candles without a rebound to an LPSY last point of supply, then essentially it's going straight into the accumulation. That's basically a preliminary support period. It's showing some signs of that because there was quite a bit of buying at this last week, basically. This long wick indicating that the buying from the orange key level of 254, pushing the price back to all the way above the yellow key level of 285, that can be a move during the preliminary support stage, where whales or the composite man has gone in and bought a little bit of TAO. Alright? So, let's see for the next couple of weeks whether we'll see a selling climax, or would this even be the selling climax itself? Look at what happened over here during March just this year. Okay, after the 2 weeks of decline, the price stabilized with a red cross, and then after 3 weeks of sideways trading, it dipped into a spring, quickly rebound straight into another distribution. This time, after 3 weeks of price drop, it found the initial buying activity. Alright, this week was a bit of like agreeing that this is probably the equilibrium position for TAO. That's exactly what happened during the week of March 10th. So they look kind of similar. And when we get into the next couple of weeks, getting near the year end, it's going to show us what the big picture is going to look like. Have we actually, or are we actually seeing the selling climax already at this point, which is pretty surprising because this level was actually where the automatic reaction and the sign of weaknesses were. In June this year, August, as well as September. If it really starts accumulating at this higher level, I'm really excited to see where it's going to go when the next distribution happens. Alright, but as of now, it's too early to tell whether it has really started the accumulation. Okay, it may just be taking a pause because the preliminary support period sometimes exhibits some horizontal trading behavior before the final dip. Okay, let's get to the daily chart and see what additional we can find out. Basically, a trend change has happened. So I shared before that a downtrend has started at the beginning of this month on November the 2nd. And all the way till the 23rd, over the course of 3 weeks, it has been within this trend. Just that past week, it has moved from the weaker side of trading to the stronger side of this channel box or this air hockey table, and eventually found support above this 285 yellow key level. And the last 5 to 6 days, basically the price has been trading above this line between the yellow key level of 285 as well as the green key level of 328. So that's essentially a confirmation of a trend change, and this may well be in the daily time frame a selling climax has appeared. Alright, this one is different from the one in the weekly. Wyckoff method is developed for the use at higher time frame, like something like the weekly. Okay, I'm applying to the daily just for our experimental purpose. Alright, just to test it out. Not saying is the way that is originally designed for. Alright, it's based on a community member request. So what what would happen, or what we expect next is for subsequent tests, second test to appear, and more tests. There can be, many tests during an accumulation. Obviously, if this is really an automatic rally that challenge close to the green key level, we would expect some sign of strength to appear. It can be one or it can be multiple that at least challenge the same level. It can go a little bit higher, but at least we want to see a challenge to 328 green key level. Right, so that's essentially what's happening for TAO. Let's observe what's going to happen in the next few weeks, and if it's really as good as in the positive scenario that the accumulation starts at this level, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen for the distribution. But remember, even though if it is really the selling climax now, it can still go lower. So don't get overexcited and think like it's bottom out. It may not be the case. All right, trade safe.